Hey there, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how you can create a virtual machine in Azure, and also we're going to install Ubuntu Linux in it, and we will install Apache server on that and host a static website on that. To create a Azure virtual machine, first of all, go to the homepage of the Azure portal.azure.com, and then from here click on this icon, create a resource, and from here you can create different Azure services. But click on create. Now from here choose your Azure subscription, then the resource group. So you can continue with the pre-existing resource group, or you can create a new resource group. So I already have a resource group and I'll continue with that. Then you have to give a name to the virtual machine. I'll name it Linux virtual machine. Then you have to choose the region. So basically a region is a geographical location where you can deploy and run your virtual machine. By default this is selected as Canada, and I'll continue with the default one. Now from here in image, choose your operating system, which operating system you want to install in their virtual machine. So I'll continue with the Ubuntu latest one. Then choose your VM architecture. I'll continue with the 64-bit architecture. Now from here you can choose how much space you want for your virtual machine. So we'll continue with the default option. Then from here you can choose how you want to log into your virtual machine when it will be deployed. So there are two options available. One is SSH public key and another with a password. So I'll go for the second one. And here you have to give a username and password. I'll name the username as AzureUser, and let's give a password. Now in inbound port rules, make sure that your SSH22 port is allowed. If you don't allow it, then you can't access your virtual machine after the deployment. Now let's go to the next and choose the disk size. So from here you can choose the disk type of the OS, means what kind of disk you want, SSD, and currently I am continue with the standard SSD. Then click on next. So currently if you have any virtual network on which you want to run your virtual machine, then you can choose it from here. But if you don't have any virtual network, then it will create it automatically a new virtual network for you, and I'll continue with that. Now you don't need to check all of them: management, monitoring, and advanced. If you are a beginner in Azure, this setting will be enough for you to change and remain all the other settings as usual, and click on review and create. It will take a little bit time to create your virtual machine. Now click on create. Now our VM is successfully created and deployed. So let's go and check out it. Let's go click on connect. So this is the public IP address of our virtual machine. Let's see how we can connect our virtual machine from our local machine. So for that I'll open my terminal, run command sudo ssh, then the username of that machine which you want to connect. In our case that is AzureUser @ then the public IP address of that machine. So let's see. So this is the public IP address of our virtual machine. Copy it. Let's go back to our machine. Paste it here. Now hit enter. Type yes, we want to connect to it. Now it is asking for the password. So you have to give the password every time you connect from your machine. The password is the password that you set while creating the username and password to connect. So as you can see, we successfully connected to our virtual machine. Now from here, run command who am I, and you can see that you are logged in as the Azure user. If you want to continue with your Windows machine, the commands will be same. Here we are using Linux terminal. In Windows you can use command prompt or PowerShell. So let's see how you can install Apache server on it. For that, first of all I'll run command sudo apt update, and it will update all the resource packages. Then in order to install Apache, run command sudo apt install Apache2, and it will install Apache. Now let's check if our Apache service is properly running or not. Sudo systemctl status Apache, Apache2. Yep, as you can see our service is active and running. So now we can host our static file on this. If you already know about Apache, then you must know that Apache runs the web files in a particular folder. Now let me explain that if you don't know about this. So there is a particular folder that Apache create while installing Apache, and on that folder whatever file we store, Apache will consider it as file for the website. So the index.html file will be the main file. Whatever content will be on that file, Apache will deliver that content to the port 80 of our IP address. Now it maybe seems to be very complex, but when we will do the practical, you will understand it very well. So let's start that. So the folder where all our static file will be stored will be where www html. And if I do ls, there is already a index.html file is available. This is the default file by Apache service. Now let's see how we can access this website. So for that we have to make some changes in our Azure portal. So let's go and make the changes. So first of all, click on this more options, then click on add incoming NSG port role. So basically what we are doing, we are allowing our port 80 to access in public. Oh, you have to remain all the settings as they are. But the one change you have to make here is to change this service SSH to HTTP. Now our port 80 is available and we can access it. Click on add. Now copy this IP address, go to your browser and search for HTTP. This is the default page of Apache 2. There you go. As you can see, we successfully configured our Azure machine to allow port 80. Our web server is working properly and now we can host our website here. So let's go back to our Linux machine. Now let's remove this index.html file and add our own website static files so that we can host it. For that, I'll remove this index.html file. So the index.html file is successfully deleted. Currently the website code is stored in a GitHub. So we need to bring it from here. For that, we will use the git. So first of all, let's install git sudo apt install git. So git is successfully installed. To clone our website here, we will run command sudo git clone, then the GitHub repository URL. Now hit enter. And our git repository is successfully copied here. So we successfully moved our CSS and JavaScript folder and also index file. Now let's go and check our website whether it is live or not. So let's refresh the web page. So as you can see, our rock paper scissors website is successfully hosted. So basically this is the content of the website. That's it for this video. I hope you like this video. So throughout this video, I hope you learn something new. So if you want to see more content like this, then let me know in the comment section. I'll make more videos like this.